Good morning, beautiful ladies, and welcome to another episode of Bees Elevate with Anupama. Today, our topic is how to come up with a winning sales pitch. But it's so much easier to sell a product than a service, because product you can actually see, you can show it to your clients, you can click a picture and put it on social media. You can do a product brochure. It's much easier to tell people what exactly you're selling, and you can convince them likewise. But what happens to when it are services? Well, services are a bit difficult because they are intangible. You can only sell a service if you try to explain it in specific terminology. You can actually create content which connects the mind and the heart of the people or your customers and convince them to buy from you. Because you can't click a photograph of a service. You can't put it up there on social media saying my service looks like this unless you really have a flow chart. And that flow chart also doesn't tell you exactly about the service, but how that service is going to be delivered. Right? So in this scenario, what do we do? Be it product or be it service. When you are doing a sales transaction, or when you are into the sales activity of converting a potential client into a transaction, you have to have a sales pitch. And that sales pitch is something that helps you lead become a deal. So let's see what is the formula for a winning sales pitch. First and foremost, as I always say, business is done by people for people. Customer is the king, queen, prince, everything. Without a customer, a business cannot transact, right? So customers are the central force, the central point of any business, mine or yours. So first and foremost, we need to know our target audience. We need to know our sales cycle. And third, of course, when we formulate the sales pitch. So let's look at each of these aspects in depth. One is, of course, the client, the prospective client. Now, if I am transacting business in Dubai, is Dubai the entire market my prospective clients? No, right? We have specific requirements for a person or for a market entity to be said as our clients. It starts from, is it B2B, B2C? What is the industry? What are the locations? So we are actually going back a little into the marketing aspect, where we have done this exercise to get the nuances, the details, the parameters, or whatever you can call them, of our ideal client. Now, my ideal client is a B2B, is a marketing manager from any other industry than mine, who does not have an in-house marketing department, whose marketing department is run by one person or the owner himself. See, I'm trying to get the nuances or the exact picture of my clientele. So actually, I'm creating a buyer persona, right? So that's what I call an ideal client. Who do I want to transact business with? Yes, and that business clientele has to be honest, has to give a proper brief, has to pay me in time, has to respect my work. You see, it's kind of getting more refined. Once we have the target client, then this is the client whom we need to target, or we need to engage and talk to. And that's where the lead has come into your pipeline. It has been qualified and verified, and now you have to decide on your entire sales cycle. Now, what's a sales cycle? Once a lead comes into your funnel, How long does it take for him to be converted? And for that conversion, what things you really need to need to know about him? The first and foremost, once I know who I'm speaking with. The second part is, of course, to find what does he need from me. What does he need from me? I might be a marketeer, but for his particular requirement, is he looking for me? And if he's looking for me, where is he looking? Now, that where aspect is very, very important, because those are the marketing channels you're going to look for, right? And once those leads are in, you know it's come from FB. You might be using a CRM for that to automate a lot of things. So if he's coming from FB, he's coming from LinkedIn, he's coming from your website, or he's coming from your WhatsApp database, you need to know where exactly he's looking. Sorry, I just got to have a bad throat today. The next aspect is, of course, when he's looking. Is he looking when he has a need? Is he looking when he is in an emergency situation? Is he looking to compare you with when exactly? With your competitors? What's exactly he's looking for and when he's looking for? Now, the most important aspect of this sales cycle, you know your target audience is, you know why he is looking for you, you know which channel he is looking, when he is looking. You have this information with you because you have a built-in CRM that you're looking into. Now the next aspect is, what are you offering him to resolve his need, his problem, his challenge? If you have a fair idea of putting the need and your solution aligned to it, then it's much more faster to generate a sale or a conversion. Now the only aspect remains is, how do you convince him that you are the best solution? And for this reason, we need to formulate a sales pitch. Excuse me a minute, or a second I should say. To write a winning sales pitch, you have a 5-step formula. And that 5-step formula is exactly what I have put across just now in the sales cycle. Your target audience has to be mentioned in your sales pitch. The problem that they have has to be mentioned in your sales pitch. The solution that you're giving them has to be mentioned in your sales pitch. The fourth one is, of course, the result that comes out of this solution should be mentioned. And what is the USP or the benefit of coming to you has to be mentioned. So if these 5 things are put into your sales pitch, that's when you really have started creating the best sales pitch for you. Many of you must have heard the term elevator pitch, sales pitch, right? Now, what is an elevator pitch? Elevator pitch. Elevator pitch is a sales pitch that is just maybe 30 to 45 seconds. That's it. Oh my God. If it's 30 to 45 seconds, how do I put this 5 elements of target, needs, solution, results and benefits in those 45 seconds? Oh, well, you don't have to. Then you have something a little bit, if you have a time, a little bit a longer version of it, which stands at around 1 to 3 minutes, and a little more longer version, which you can kind of customize it, be flexible with, and make it like a conversation or a storytelling session with your clientele, which would last to about 7 to 20 minutes in all. So you should be ready with 3 scripts actually. A lot of people I meet and I ask them, do you have a sales pitch? And they say, oh yeah, we have a sales pitch. And I said, okay, can you write it down for me? I know it's not a scripted format, it just comes by as we talk to our client. No. That's a wrong approach altogether. You should have your elevator pitch scripted. You should have your mid-length pitch scripted. But a long version, of course, cannot be scripted as such, because it depends on the conversation that's going between yourself and the prospective clientele. So how do you script a 30 to 45 second elevator pitch? Very simple. You just pick up the 2 elements of target audience and the benefit that you are getting to the table for your client. That's it. If you ask me, our elevator pitch is Foci Integrated Communicators is a marketing communications agency based in Dubai. We support solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, small teams, and businesses who do not have an in-house marketing department to run their marketing function. You see, I have just said 2 things: who I'm supporting and what I'm doing for my client. I've left out the benefits because our benefits are quite in-depth for each of the services that we offer. Okay? But if you have a limited services, or you have a limited target base, or I would say a niche market, yeah, then you can be very specific with those aspects. For us, we know we are going to talk only to SME owners, solo entrepreneurs of a particular turnover and time in the business. So our pitch is kind of aligned with that aspect of that parameter of our business pitch. When it becomes a little mid-length, that's when you bring in the other aspects. Like you talk about your target audience, you talk about the problem they have, the kind of solution you get to the table, and the benefits of coming to you. You can just drop out the results, or if you have enough time to mention about maybe 1 use case, good enough. But that use case studies can go in the longer versions. The shorter versions, yeah, you can do with target audience, need, solution, benefit. Now, when you script your elevator pitch, make sure that you use specific terminology in the sales pitch, which will be on your social media, which will be on your website, which will be the search keywords for your business. So make sure, for example, for us, offsite marketing department, our positioning is very important because that's how people search for us. When we do communication with our clientele on different levels in terms of marketing or sales, it's the same terminology. It's repeated time and again for the recall of our services. So try to use keywords. Try to use words that add value, emotions to your sales pitch. Most important, keep the customer the center of your sales pitch. So the target audience should always come first. I support SMEs. I support women who love traditional clothing. I support people who are looking for quality and cost-effective decor. See, I am using adjectives. So these adjectives need to be there in the sales pitch. And that's how the connection of the mind and of the heart happens. And if you connect your customer with passion, with your heart, yeah, it's very easy to rule their mind. Keep that adage in mind. So it boils down that when you are writing a sales pitch, put down it in black and white. Practice it so much that it becomes your second nature. So everybody who is in your team and we ask you about your business, it's the same words, it's the same passion, it's the same way it's delivered every time. That's how brands are built. That's how the recall value is built. And that's how people impress or perceive your business. So make sure your sales pitch has all these elements. Now we spoke about an elevator pitch, which is of 30 seconds. We've spoken about a short elevator pitch, which is about 1 to 3 minutes, and we've spoken about a long version of a elevator pitch, which can go to up to 7 to 20 minutes, depending on the conversation that you are having. Irrespective of the length, make sure that your elevator pitch is flexible, because not every clientele that you meet and you are talking to has exactly the same requirement. There are some changes, subtle changes, sometimes very marked changes that come into play, and you have to tweak your sales pitch accordingly. So flexibility, adaptability of your sales pitch to your clientele is a must. And that comes with practice. It is not rocket science, my friends. It's not rocket science at all. You can craft a winning sales pitch if you just follow the 5 steps of knowing your target audience and putting them in your elevator pitch, knowing their needs and putting them or the problems in the elevator pitch, the solution that you're providing for those problems, the results that they will achieve, and the benefit of coming to you. Voila! It's just as easy. The only thing that you require is sitting down with a pen and paper, being focused, and coming up with an elevator pitch. Many a times people come to me and say that this is something not doable. It will not work for my business. Nobody says breathing doesn't work for me, right? Irrespective, you want to breathe or you don't want to breathe, it's a involuntary thing that just happens to you. You breathe in and out even without realizing it. And that's exactly what a sales pitch should do for your business. It should be an involuntary activity that you do on a regular basis with your team. Everybody should have the same rhythm. Everybody should have the same passion. Everybody should have the same target goal in mind to take your business to the next level. And if you follow these 5 steps, I think you can come up with a fantastic winning sales pitch which can take you and your business places. Well, that's all from me today. If you have any questions regarding this session, you can put them in the comment box and I'll address them. And if you want to hear something more interesting or a challenge that you want me to address too, then just let me know in the comment box, and maybe next week, same time, same platform, I'll come up with a solution to your challenge. Well, that's all from me today. Have a fantastic week ahead.